You may think intimacy ends right when it's over, but what happens next is where the real story begins, and most men never expect it. Welcome to Stoic True Power, where we reveal the hidden truths of attraction and intimacy. Today, we are exploring what really happens emotionally and mentally when a man finishes inside and why it has a deeper effect than most people understand. The emotional feeling after intimacy is often much deeper than people think. The physical act may stop, but what comes after is a flow of quiet, strong feelings that stay in the mind and body. At the exact moment of release, the body feels both open and relaxed, and this mix opens a door to trust and emotional connection. It is not only about pleasure, it is about feeling fully seen and accepted in a moment of complete openness. The mind reads this as safety, creating a strong memory that goes beyond the physical act. Small actions after it, like staying calm, gentle touch, or kind words, make this feeling even stronger, making the connection feel deeper and more special. The subconscious mind connects the memory of the act with emotional safety. That is why moments like this often feel deep, thoughtful, and hard to forget. Even without words, the energy and attention shared show care, respect, and understanding, creating a mark that stays long after the physical moment ends. Understanding this emotional side is important to see that intimacy is not just physical, but also a deep mental experience that can build trust, closeness, and connection. The mental effect of intimacy goes far beyond the moment itself. When the act reaches its peak, the mind notices more than just physical feeling. It processes trust, openness, and connection in a deep way. The release brings a wave of emotions, even if they are not fully clear, creating a sense of closeness and attachment that is hard to explain. Small signs like attention, being present, and responding during the act send messages to the subconscious, strengthening feelings of safety and acceptance. This is why the same act can feel very different depending on how it is done and felt emotionally. The brain connects the act with the emotions present at that time. This means care, focus, and emotional awareness make the experience stronger, while distraction or distance can weaken it. Hormones like oxytocin support this process, creating brain pathways that connect the experience with bonding, trust, and closeness. Even small things like eye contact, gentle touch, or kind words can strongly affect how the moment is remembered. In simple terms, the mental effect is the hidden layer that turns a physical act into a meaningful and lasting experience, shaping feelings and attachment in quiet but strong ways. Trust and openness are at the center of the emotional experience during intimacy, and they go far beyond what most people notice. Letting someone get that close is a deep act of trust, a quiet way of saying it is safe to relax and be seen without fear of judgment. This level of openness creates strong emotional reactions, giving a sense of safety and connection that the mind remembers long after the moment ends. Being open is not weakness. It shows that the emotional bond is strong enough to handle honesty and exposure. The way attention is given during this time, through care, presence, and small actions, builds that trust and makes the moment feel important and real. Every small action sends messages to the subconscious, showing that the connection is safe, respectful, and noticed. When trust is respected, the emotional effect can be very deep, leaving a lasting feeling that is both comforting and bonding. On the other hand, ignoring, distraction, or lack of care can break this trust, reducing the mental impact. The balance of giving and receiving attention in these moments creates a cycle where emotional closeness grows, and the mind remembers not just the act, but the feeling of being valued, accepted, and understood on a deep level. The change in energy after intimacy is quiet but powerful, affecting emotions and the connection in ways many people miss. At the moment of release, the body relaxes, breathing becomes slower, and tension fades away, creating a natural calm that spreads through the mind. Sighs. This change is not only physical, it shows a shift from intensity to reflection, a moment where feelings can come up freely. Calmness, comfort, or even a sense of emotional weight often follows. And these feelings grow stronger with the awareness of closeness and shared openness. This change in energy speaks without words, showing acceptance, safety, and presence in a way the subconscious clearly understands. It can also build feelings of attachment, creating a quiet bond that stays even after the physical act ends. Small actions during this time, like gentle touch, soft eye contact, or kind words, can make this feeling stronger, turning a short moment into a deep emotional memory. On the other hand, lack of attention or quickly pulling away can break the flow, weakening the connection. Understanding this shift in energy is important because it is the mental signal that turns physical intimacy into a deeper emotional experience, shaping how the moment is remembered and how trust and closeness continue to grow after. The subconscious bonding that happens during intimacy is one of the strongest but often unseen effects of the experience. At the moment of release, hormones like oxytocin fill the body, creating a natural feeling of closeness and connection. This chemical reaction does not only make someone feel good physically, it creates a deep sense of emotional safety and connection in the mind. The subconscious starts linking the act with feelings of trust, comfort, and acceptance, forming a memory that can affect emotions and actions later on. Even small actions like a gentle touch, staying close, or a kind word are read by the subconscious as signs of care, making this bond stronger. The mind does not only remember the physical feeling, it remembers the emotional setting, the energy, and how attention was given and received. Over time, these small marks build up, shaping how closeness is felt and how future moments are understood. This bonding explains why moments of intimacy can feel very strong, sometimes even life-changing, because the subconscious connects safety, trust, and emotional closeness with the experience. Understanding this helps us see that intimacy is not just about pleasure. It is about creating a lasting, invisible bond that stays long after the physical moment is over. Nonverbal communication during intimacy is often stronger than words, carrying messages that the mind may not clearly notice. Every movement, touch, and change in energy has meaning, sending signals of care, attention, and connection. A gentle touch, a soft hug, or simply staying present shows trust, support, and emotional closeness without saying anything. The body becomes its own language, turning feelings into small signals that the subconscious understands deeply. Even short eye contact or changes in breathing and tension can show comfort, desire, or care. These silent signals make the emotional and mental effect stronger, building feelings of safety, trust, and connection. When attention and presence continue after the act, the subconscious sees this as care and approval, making the bond stronger. On the other hand, pulling away, distraction, or rushed actions can show disinterest, weakening the emotional impact. Understanding this silent language is important because it shapes how the moment is remembered, how closeness is felt, and how trust and attachment keep growing. In simple terms, these nonverbal signals are the invisible threads that build a lasting connection beyond the physical act. At the end of the day, intimacy is never just about the physical act. It opens the door to emotions, trust, and connection that go much deeper than most people think. Every action, every pause, every touch before, during, and after leaves a strong mark on the subconscious, creating memories that stay long after the body relaxes. The release itself is only the beginning. It is the emotional feelings after, the small changes in energy, and the silent communication that truly shape the experience. Awareness, presence, and care in these moments can turn a short encounter into a deep connection, one that builds trust, closeness, and even subconscious attachment. Understanding the psychology behind this is powerful because it shows that real intimacy is not just one act. It is a series of clear and hidden signals, actions, and attention that show safety, respect, and emotional alignment. Those who understand this and who approach intimacy with awareness and presence leave a lasting impression that is remembered, valued, and felt far beyond the physical moment. In simple terms, it is not just what happens during the act that matters. It is everything before, during, and after, and how each small detail shapes the emotional and mental bond that lasts. If you enjoyed learning these hidden truths of intimacy, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insights, and write the word connection in the comments so I know you felt the depth of this